Imagine walking into a room where everyone instantly respects you, not because of your status or your words, but because your actions speak louder than anything you could ever say. What if I told you there's one powerful lesson that, when applied, can guarantee that no one ever disrespects you again? It's not about demanding respect, it's about earning it in a way that transforms how people see you forever. Let's dive into the life-changing truth of what it takes to command respect effortlessly. Ladies and gentlemen, respect, it's something we all desire, something that speaks to the core of who we are. But respect isn't something you can demand. It is something you earn, something that flows naturally from your character, your actions, and the way you carry yourself. The key to ensuring no one disrespects you begins with one critical truth: self-respect. You see, how you treat yourself sets the tone for how others will treat you. If you honor your own worth, others will follow suit. It starts with believing that you deserve respect, acting in ways that reflect this belief, and refusing to tolerate anything less. When you respect yourself, you unconsciously command respect from others. Next, let's talk about boundaries. Setting boundaries is not about shutting people out or being rude. It's about communicating what is acceptable to you. When you establish clear, firm boundaries, people around you understand the limits and the consequences of crossing them. It's not about confrontation, but rather about clarity and mutual respect. And here's the magic: people often respect those who respect themselves enough to say no when necessary. But boundaries alone won't do it. To truly earn respect, there must be consistency between your actions and your words. Living with integrity, doing what you say, and standing by your principles creates a strong foundation for respect. People respect those who are reliable, who live authentically, and uphold their values even in difficult situations. Confidence and assertiveness play a significant role in commanding respect. Now, I don't mean arrogance or aggression. Those are the opposite of respect. Confidence is knowing your worth and asserting your needs in a calm, poised manner. When you carry yourself with quiet assurance, people can feel it, and they respond to that energy. Your demeanor alone can set the standard for how others treat you. Inevitably, there will be times when you face disrespect. How you respond in those moments is crucial. Reacting with anger or aggression will only fuel the fire and diminish your own standing. Instead, handle it with composure. Address the disrespect directly, but do it with calm and assertive control. In doing so, you not only maintain your dignity, but you also show others how they should treat you in the future. It's about standing up for yourself without lowering yourself to their level. Lastly, respect is a two-way street. If you want respect, you must also be willing to give it. Empathy and respect for others set the tone for how people will treat you in return. Treat everyone, from the highest to the lowest, with kindness and respect, and you will see that respect mirrored back to you. You attract what you give. In the end, no one can disrespect you if you hold firm to these principles: self-respect, clear boundaries, unwavering integrity, quiet confidence, calm composure, and genuine empathy are the cornerstones of commanding respect. If you live by these values, people will take notice. You won't have to demand respect. It will naturally flow to you. So stand tall, respect yourself, and the world will follow. thank you, self-respect, is one of the most important foundations for earning the respect of others. When we think about how to ensure that no one disrespects us, the first place to start is within. It all begins with how we view ourselves and what we believe about our worth. Self-respect is not about arrogance or pride. It is about recognizing our value as individuals and holding ourselves to a high standard of behavior. When we respect ourselves, we set the tone for how others will treat us, and we naturally teach them that we are not to be disrespected. In life, we often encounter situations where others may not treat us as we would like. Whether it's in personal relationships, professional settings, or even within our own families, disrespect can creep in if we do not set the standard for how we are to be treated. This standard comes from the deep understanding that we are valuable, that our time, energy, and emotions matter, and that we are deserving of respect. In the Bible, we see clear evidence of how important self-respect and dignity are. Proverbs 4:23 reminds us, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. This verse speaks to the necessity of guarding not just our emotions, but also our sense of self-worth. When we respect ourselves and guard our hearts, we are mindful of the influences around us and how we allow others to treat us. Self-respect involves creating a boundary that says, I will not tolerate anything less than what I know I deserve. We are not called to allow others to walk over us or treat us poorly. Instead, we are called to protect our hearts and our dignity, ensuring that the respect we have for ourselves is reflected in the way others interact with us. But self-respect is not just an inward feeling. It's something that must be demonstrated in our actions. When we carry ourselves with dignity and confidence, we show others how they should treat us. This involves everything from the way we speak, the way we carry ourselves, and the way we handle challenges. If we want others to respect us, we must first respect ourselves enough to hold ourselves to high standards. This is about living with integrity, being true to our values, and not compromising who we are for the sake of acceptance or approval. When we are firm in our beliefs and actions, people around us will notice, and they will treat us with the respect we deserve. Self-respect also means that we do not allow others to diminish our worth. In moments when people speak down to us, undermine our abilities, or belittle our efforts, it's essential to stand firm in the belief that we are worthy of more. This doesn't mean responding with anger or bitterness, but rather with quiet confidence, asserting our value in a way that is both respectful and firm. By doing so, we teach others that we will not accept disrespect, and we communicate that we know our value and are not afraid to protect it. In Matthew 7:6, we are reminded of the importance of valuing what is sacred. Do not give what is holy to dogs, nor cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn and tear you in pieces. This verse speaks directly to the importance of recognizing our own worth and ensuring that we do not allow others to treat us or our time as insignificant. Our lives, our talents, and our energy are valuable. When we allow others to disrespect us, we are, in essence, casting our pearls before swine. We are allowing what is precious, our self-worth and dignity, to be trampled on. Self-respect is about protecting what is sacred, about ensuring that we do not give ourselves away to those who will not value us in return. Furthermore, self-respect influences the kind of people we attract into our lives. When we respect ourselves, we naturally repel those who would seek to disrespect or mistreat us. People who are prone to disrespect often look for those who lack boundaries, who may be unsure of their worth, and who are willing to accept less than they deserve. But when we are strong in our sense of self, when we hold firm boundaries and communicate that we will not tolerate disrespect, we send a clear message to the world about the kind of treatment we expect. This doesn't mean that we should walk through life with a defensive attitude or a chip on our shoulders. Instead, it's about carrying ourselves with quiet confidence, knowing that we deserve to be treated with kindness, dignity, and respect. It's about valuing ourselves enough to not settle for anything less. And when we do this, the people around us take notice. They learn that we are individuals who respect ourselves, and as a result, they are more likely to treat us with respect as well. In conclusion, self-respect is the cornerstone of ensuring that no one disrespects you. It is about recognizing your own worth, setting firm boundaries, and living in a way that communicates your value. When you respect yourself, others will follow suit. They will treat you the way you treat yourself. And when you stand firm in your self-respect, you protect your heart, your dignity, and your peace. Setting boundaries is one of the most powerful tools we have to ensure that others respect us. When we establish clear boundaries in our lives, we are communicating to others what is and isn't acceptable in how they treat us. Boundaries are not about building walls to keep people out, but rather about protecting our emotional, mental, and even spiritual well-being. They are essential for maintaining healthy relationships and ensuring that we don't allow disrespect to take root in our interactions with others. In relationships, whether personal, professional, or even within the family, boundaries help define how much we are willing to tolerate. When we lack boundaries, we leave ourselves vulnerable to mistreatment and manipulation. People may push us to do things we are uncomfortable with, speak to us in ways that undermine our self-esteem, or take advantage of our time and resources. This is why setting boundaries is so crucial. It creates a clear guideline for how others should engage with us. Consistency between your actions and words is one of the most powerful ways to earn respect. In today's world, people are bombarded with words, promises, commitments, and declarations. But words alone mean nothing if they are not followed by actions that align with them. When someone consistently acts in accordance with what they say, they build trust and reliability. This alignment of words and actions, often referred to as integrity, is the foundation of respect. If you want to ensure that no one disrespects you, one of the key lessons is to live consistently with what you proclaim. People are naturally drawn to those who are dependable, those who can be counted on to do what they say they will do. When you make a promise and follow through on it, you build a reputation as someone who is reliable. When you speak about your values and live according to them, others see that you are a person of principle and they respect that. Consistency creates trust, and trust is the cornerstone of respect. The Bible emphasizes the importance of aligning our actions with our words. In James 2:17 it says, "Faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead." This scripture reminds us that our beliefs and words are meaningless unless they are backed up by action. It's not enough to talk about what we believe or what we intend to do. We must put those beliefs into practice if we want to be taken seriously. People won't respect us just because we say we have faith or because we claim to hold certain values. They will respect us when they see us living out those values, when our actions reflect our beliefs in a tangible way. Living consistently with your words also means being accountable. When you make a mistake or fall short, owning up to it is crucial. No one expects perfection, but people do expect honesty and accountability. If you say you will do something and then, for whatever reason, are unable to follow through, acknowledging it and taking responsibility shows maturity and integrity. On the other hand, if you consistently make excuses or avoid responsibility, people will begin to lose respect for you. Consistency isn't about always getting it right. It's about being truthful and accountable when things don't go as planned. When you live with integrity, people know they can trust you, and trust is what fosters respect. Imagine someone who constantly makes promises but never follows through. Over time, you would stop taking their words seriously because their actions do not support what they say. The same principle applies in all areas of life, whether in relationships, the workplace, or even within the church community. People are more likely to respect you when your actions consistently align with your words. Proverbs 10:9 reinforces this idea. Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but whoever takes crooked paths will be found out. This verse speaks to the long-term benefits of living with integrity. When your words and actions are in harmony, you walk with security because there is nothing to hide. You don't have to worry about being caught in a lie or being found out for being insincere. Your consistency becomes your protection, and it creates an environment where others can trust and respect you without question. Moreover, living consistently with your words means that you are dependable in the eyes of others. People who are dependable earn a special kind of respect because others know they can count on them. When you consistently show up for people, when you do what you say you will do, you are building a track record of reliability. Over time, this reliability becomes the foundation upon which respect is built. People start to see you as someone who can be trusted, someone whose word means something. However, consistency doesn't just apply to your outward actions. It also applies to your character. Are you the same person when no one is watching as you are when everyone is paying attention? This is the true test of integrity. It's easy to put on a facade when people are looking, but real respect comes from being consistent in your values, even when there's no immediate reward or recognition. When people see that you are the same person in private as you are in public, their respect for you grows because they know your integrity is genuine. This principle of consistency also applies to the way you treat others. Respecting others, regardless of their status or position, shows that you live by a higher standard. If you claim to believe in treating people with kindness and fairness, but only do so when it benefits you, your words become hollow. Consistently treating people with respect, even when it doesn't serve your interests, speaks volumes about your character. People are more likely to respect someone who treats everyone with dignity rather than someone who only shows respect to those who can offer something in return. Living a life of consistency also requires patience and endurance. You won't always see immediate results. Respect is something that is earned over time through a series of consistent actions. In a world where many people seek shortcuts to success, those who are consistent stand out because they are willing to put in the time and effort to live by their values. This perseverance in doing what is right, even when it's difficult, is what earns long-term respect. Another aspect of consistency is the alignment between your words, actions, and your faith. If you profess to be a Christian, your life should reflect the teachings of Christ. People will be watching to see if your faith is more than just words. They will observe how you handle challenges, how you treat others, and how you navigate difficult situations. Consistently living out your faith in a way that reflects Christ's love and teachings will earn you respect, not only within the Christian community, but also among those who may not share your beliefs. In conclusion, consistency between your words and actions is vital in ensuring that others respect you. When people see that you live according to your principles, that you can be relied upon to keep your word, and that you treat others with respect, they will naturally reciprocate that respect. Handling disrespect with grace is one of the most powerful skills you can develop in life. When faced with disrespect, your reaction speaks volumes about your character, self-control, and inner strength. It's easy to retaliate, respond with anger, or match disrespect with more disrespect. However, these reactions often escalate the situation and damage your reputation in the long run. Instead, responding with grace demonstrates maturity, emotional intelligence, and self-respect, which can transform how others perceive and treat you. First, it's essential to understand that disrespect from others is often a reflection of their own issues, insecurities, or frustrations. It's easy to take things personally when someone disrespects you, but more often than not, their behavior has little to do with you and more to do with their own internal struggles. Recognizing this is the first step to handling disrespect with grace. When you understand that someone's disrespect doesn't define your worth, you can respond from a place of confidence and self-assurance rather than reacting out of hurt or anger. In Romans 12:17-18, the Bible gives us valuable wisdom on how to handle disrespect. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. This passage encourages us to rise above disrespect and avoid the temptation to respond in kind. Instead of seeking revenge or responding with negativity, we are called to strive for peace and respond in a way that reflects our values, not the behavior of others. By doing so, we not only protect our peace, but also gain the respect of those around us, even in difficult situations. One of the key elements of handling disrespect with grace is remaining calm. When someone disrespects you, it can trigger an immediate emotional response, whether it's anger, frustration, or hurt. However, reacting in the heat of the moment often leads to saying or doing things you may later regret. Instead, take a moment to breathe and assess the situation. Ask yourself if the disrespect is worth your energy or if it's something you can rise above. By maintaining your composure, you demonstrate that you are in control of your emotions and that you refuse to let someone else dictate your behavior. Remaining calm doesn't mean you have to ignore or accept disrespect. It's about choosing how you respond in a way that maintains your dignity. Sometimes addressing the disrespect calmly and assertively is necessary. You might say something like, "I understand you're upset, but I deserve to be treated with respect." This kind of response is firm but not aggressive. It shows that you won't tolerate disrespect, but you also won't lower yourself to the level of responding with hostility. By addressing the situation directly, you teach others how to treat you while maintaining your own sense of grace. Another important aspect of handling disrespect with grace is knowing when to walk away. Not every situation requires a response. There are times when the most graceful thing you can do is remove yourself from a toxic situation. If someone consistently disrespects you and refuses to change, it may be best to distance yourself from that relationship or environment. Walking away is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength and self-respect. It shows that you value yourself enough not to engage in interactions that are harmful or demeaning. In Proverbs 15:01, we are reminded that a gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. This verse speaks directly to the power of responding with grace. When someone disrespects you, meeting their anger or rudeness with gentleness and calmness can diffuse the situation rather than escalate it. By choosing your words carefully and responding with kindness, you can often disarm the other person and prevent the situation from spiraling out of control. Grace has the power to transform even the most negative interactions into opportunities for understanding and growth. Furthermore, handling disrespect with grace doesn't mean allowing yourself to be a doormat or tolerating abusive behavior. Grace and boundaries go hand in hand. Grace is about responding with dignity and self-control, but it's also about knowing your worth and not accepting mistreatment. Setting boundaries is an act of grace toward yourself. If someone continues to disrespect you despite your calm responses and attempts to address the issue, it's essential to set clear boundaries about what you will and will not tolerate. This might mean limiting your interactions with that person, or removing yourself from situations where you are consistently disrespected. Responding with grace also requires forgiveness. Holding on to anger, bitterness, or resentment towards someone who has disrespected you only harms you in the long run. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing the behavior or forgetting what happened. It means releasing the hold that the situation has over your emotions. When you forgive, You free yourself from the burden of carrying that negativity with you. In doing so, you not only protect your peace, but also demonstrate that your sense of self-worth is not dependent on how others treat you.